Alright guys, so I'm going to be doing some Patreon requests today, and as always, if you guys would like to have a Patreon request done, just hit the link below. Head on over to my Patreon where you guys can start sending me requests to do here on YouTube once you hit the 4th tier. And yeah, let's get started with our first video of the day, and this one comes from Gordon Rajani, who asked me to do kind of something I've done on this channel before, but I haven't really gone back to in a while, and that is, what would they think? And today it's basically not so much what if characters fought, but more like what if these two characters like interacted? What would their interaction be on a whole? Like, what would they think? Like, what would their general thoughts be of one another? And as you can see from the title, we got a fun one, and that is, what would Belos think of Horde-Prime? Yeah, we've got two genocidal assholes who are, for lack of a better word, pieces of racist shit, and we're going to talk about what would it be like if these two characters interacted with one another. Now, obviously, Belos and Prime, they more or less base their whole entire, ideology on superiority of their race. Obviously, with Horde-Prime being himself, and, well, Belos being, humanity. Although I'm pretty sure the humanity that he's talking about looks like him. So, yeah, I have no doubt in my mind that, let's cut the shit right now. I'm pretty sure if Belos, came back to Earth and succeeded with his whole thing of destroying mankind, he would turn his, he'd turn his whole attention on, African Americans, he'd turn it on Asian, LGBT members, anyone who wasn't a white Christian, he'd look at the Klan and go, you guys are all right. That's how let's not bullshit ourselves. That's exactly what Belos would do. So I think the two of them would find, common ground in terms of their ideology, that they are superior. That there is a superiority. Would they see each other's equals? No. That's not how they work. That's not how these two people work. In fact, I would see that these two would probably look at each other and go, I think I'm better than you. And I think that would be the case, is that the two of them would look at it, would just basically, have it out for each other, that they would, in no doubt in my mind, the interaction would be, kind of a tense, some tense pleasantries. But on the inside, the two of them are basically gonna go, I know I'm better than you, but in an alliance, I could see, them kind of, working something out, working some kind of idea, working out some kind of plan. I think it would also be that Horde-Prime would bring kind of that level of technology, and the weaponry he would use, Belos would be impressed by. Likewise, I do think Horde-Prime would be curious about Belos would be very curious about the idea of, not Belos, Prime would be curious about the magic that Belos could use. So I do think the two of them would, work together temporarily. They would just basically work together, work together in terms of, for necessity. It would be more like necessity, but make no mistake, the moment that either one saw an opening, there would just be it would just be murder and mayhem. There's no doubt in my mind that these two would turn on each other in a fucking heartbeat. I do see that these guys would these two would also kind of I do think they would agree on one thing, that the extinction of all others for their said ideology would put them on even ground. But make no mistake, these two would not get along. There is no doubt in my mind that neither one of these sons of bitches would get along in any way, shape, or form. There's no way their egos will permit it, their ideologies will permit it. There's no way these two are going to be nice to each other. I'm sorry. There's no way in my head I could see neither Belos or Prime, having a cordial, they would, the only thing they could work on is really, if you give me some of your alien tech, I'll teach you some of my magic. So that's really it. But if they were to go, to open war, I would have to, like, if this was open, if this was a versus, Prime and Belos are probably, like, in terms of power set, probably on the same level, but one of them has a giant ship that can shoot stuff down into the ground level, and the other one doesn't, so, yeah. But yeah, make no mistake, these two are horrible, racist pieces of shit who got what they deserved in the end. They both died as blobs, because that's what they were on the inside. Disgusting, horrible, racist pieces of shit that got vaporized and or in this case, got stepped on. So there you go. There you go, guys. I know this isn't a long video, but there isn't really much I can say. But other than that, you guys tell me in the comments below. What do you think it would be like? And what would Belos think of Horde-Prime? And once again, I'd like to thank Gordon Rajani for this video suggestion. And like I said before, if you guys would like to have a Patreon request done, just hit the link below. Head on over to my Patreon, where you guys can go hit the 4th tier and then start sending me requests for videos to do here on YouTube. But other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.